Start off by uh, by stating that the IARP case on Louisville has finally been concluded, and met with President Parlange and Thor Jorn this morning, and we thoroughly reviewed um, the final conclusion, and we're very excited. One, that it's over, and we're also very, very glad in terms of Kenny Johnson, that he can now move forward with his job at hand, which is here at the University of Rhode Island. Step one in being able to hire a staff and be very transparent with Kenny at the very beginning here, with all parties involved. Today's findings, there was nothing surprising in it or anything new. And I said I think we would handle it when it came to us, and it has. And we're pleased to be able to move forward, like I said, with the job at hand, which is now officially all University of Rhode Island basketball. Kenny's a great guy. He's a tremendous coach. He's a great leader of young men, and really, really works at it hard to make people better around him, not just the players, but also his fellow coaches and myself. So we're excited to move forward, and like I said, handle everything that was dealt with the case, adhere to it, and then we're on to Monday night now. I can't speak on behalf of what the actual circumstances would be dealt, the penalties, so to speak, but I was very confident in the conversations that we had leading up to and during the summer, pre and post hearing, etc., that everything was pretty much out in the open. And I think that everybody here at the university level, myself included, Kenny, we're all very open to those conversations and questions, and very transparent. So, like I said, nothing was surprising in terms of what they presented today. Now, the findings, the rulings, I don't think anyone really had any idea what that was, but from our standpoint, whatever it was, we were going to be ready to handle it and move forward. And after meeting this morning, kind of looking at the situation, it just makes total sense for us to continue to progress as business as usual, and we'll handle those different time periods when they arise the way that we're supposed to. Well, I think the bottom line was: is there anything that came out, or was anything different than was talked about prior to? Were we going to be surprised by anything? And that wasn't the case. So I think we were all prepared to move forward in the way that we did, based on the information that we had, and also the information that was presented here today. There was nothing out of sorts. So we were all pretty confident that we were going to be able to move forward and handle what came with it. I'm not sure if the outcome would have been different in terms of penalties, etc. What would that have meant in terms of that? But we're able to progress, and we're very excited about it. This will worry about the live periods when we get to the live periods. I think the April, July recruiting periods are evaluation weekends / evaluation times that you're able to go out, spend time watching a number of prospects in those times. But today's world in recruiting, there's a lot of different ways to evaluate. There's a lot of different ways to recruit. You don't just have to be out in April and July. Clearly that's a time period where you can cover a lot of ground, but it's not on my mind right now on how we'll handle those. As we get closer to April and July, we'll sort of figure out what direction that we take, but I don't suspect that it's going to have a big impact on University of Rhode Island. I don't think it's ever good to be dealing with anything that's out of the normal, but from this standpoint, I think recruiting is a year-round approach. Doesn't mean that the only thing that I think a lot of people look at the evaluation periods as the only time that you recruit. You recruit 365 days a year. You're out in September, October, November, December. You're evaluating, you're making decisions. A lot of times in April and July you can find guys that you like, but a lot of times you're going out there and you're watching the guys that you've been recruiting for the 6 or 7 months leading into that. So we'll cover our bases when it gets to that, but like I said, I think the most important thing right now for us is to get back to business without any other considerations, which is our team and our season. A tremendous experience level at a high level. He's coached a lot of great players. He's been in a lot of big games. He knows what it's like to compete at a high level. He's a very competitive guy. He pushes our players on the court. So I think you have a true coach, a guy that can run his own program here in the near future. I think that's the thing I look at and say it's most exciting to me, that Kenny's going to run his own program one day, and he's fully equipped to do that because of the experience level he has, because of the attention to detail he has, the pride he has, the competitiveness. He's a true professional when it comes to the game of basketball. He's far more, I think, than a recruiter. He's much more of a head coach mindset. He's much more of running a program, how to build a team, how to build a culture. He plays a vital role in establishing here very early how we move forward in terms of our mentality, how we construct our team, how we prepare to play in games. He's a hand in everything, just like all of our coaching staff members have, between Dwayne and also Austin as well as full-time, but our other guys have been other places as well. But I think the big thing is, as a head coach, you want a team of coaches that's working together. And the one thing I think that Kenny brings is camaraderie to the other guys on staff, just as much as you do to your own players. It's a team of coaches that have to be great every day. You have to help each other. You have to have each other's back. And to me, the one thing that really stands out with Kenny is he obviously takes a great pride in working with other guys.